Yeah, certainly a good start to having a third-place run here at Phoenix, and had that in with starting good last week at Daytona after the duels. We've done well with that so far. Yesterday was a struggle for us. I'm not going to lie. The Furniture Row Chevy, we fought hard all day long to try and find speed, and I think I joked with my guys. I think that qualifying lap was probably the first time all weekend I've hit my marks at any point this weekend. So, I know I got a good car if I do hit my marks and do the things I need to do from the driver's seat, and certainly was, thinking about possibly getting locked into the shootout awful early on this year, but, It wasn't meant to be today. It's something that we'll have to continue to work hard for the next, the rest of these races.
That's exactly right, the shootout. That's a great point. But let's take questions now from the floor. We'll start here with Seth, and then we'll work our way up to Lee.
Seth Livingstone, USA Today. Regan, this has been a tough track for you performance-wise. How do you feel about it, and what's been the problem here for you in the past?
Well, last year it was getting in wrecks, basically. I think collectively between the two races we completed maybe 60 laps last year here. The first race we got caught up in a wreck on the backstretch, but we qualified good in that one. We've had speed here. It's just been a lot of bad luck. The second race was just, incident at the beginning of the race. Another car got loose, and I tried to avoid it and got myself loose also. So it's certainly on the stat sheet does not look like a good racetrack for us, but we have been fast here, and it's just someplace that we got to put it all together and have a good day.
Let's go up here to Lee. Go ahead, Lee.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. A lot of cars were bobbling really bad out there, going through 1 and 2. Is there just a very limited line where you can get through?
Yeah, I mean, the track's extremely slick. We saw it the last race also. It did the same thing where we practiced when it was cooling down, and we opted not to do a mock qualifying run at the end of the second practice yesterday because I felt like last time here it messed me up a little bit. The track was over a second slower on Saturday from where it was Friday at the end of practice, and I just didn't want to have that in my head. I wanted my last qualifying run in my head to be one that was during the daytime when it was a little bit, maybe a little bit warmer, but even yet today it's got to be 10, 15 degrees ambient warmer out right now than what it was. And, because of that, there's a very narrow line. And, if you don't have every car going out there and running the top side in, it's not going to come in. Whereas, tomorrow when we race, it'll come in because there's guys that are forced up there because of the double file restarts and stuff. But today it's you're talking a 6-inch patch. If you miss it, you're going to slip.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Jeff Gluck from SBNation.com. When you're out there and the TV cameras are there and, you're on the verge of winning the pole, I mean, do you get nervous, or does your heart start racing, or is it just the pole and it's not really the race?
Well, I've never had a pole before, so I certainly wanted that one today pretty badly. And all things considered, the way our day went yesterday, it would have meant more to get it here today based on the struggles we had yesterday. So yeah, you get nervous, you want to get it. It's poles mean something. They're stats. Nobody's going to remember we qualified third, but if we had a pole here, that goes down in the stat book for sure. So I think along with the fact that the shootout is back to the pole winners next year, that's something every driver in this field is thinking about when they qualify. And if they tell you otherwise, then either I'm not very smart or they're lying, one or the other. I don't know, but it would have been nice to get. But with that being said, we're happy to be starting up front. We'll have a good pit selection for Sunday, and that's all going to be important.